Okay, here we go. Here we go now. What are we gonna? I need my chair. You need your chair. What am I thinking? I'm so busy talking, so busy chatting. But that's what makes this class so much fun. We chat, we talk. We don't just exercise, but we do that too. All right, stepping on exercises. Welcome everyone, Ageless Balance. Welcome everyone, Ageless Balance. I'm Ron. We are going to do some stepping on type exercises to start out with. Stepping on falls prevention, starting out with working the hips, the glutes, and the abductor muscles that pull that leg out. Bring it up, toe forward. Find yourself your balance on that stationary leg, and back in. Hold on to a chair. This is not about balance right now. This is about strengthening the muscles on the side. We will get to balance later in the show. Out and back in. Keep a little bend in that knee and the stationary leg. Out. Heel pointed out, toe pointed forward, and back in. Torso stays upright. Bring it up. Get that hip. Don't let it go in. Don't let it cave in, and bring it in one more time. Out. Hip stays straight. Where I have my problems, I have a lot of problems, but with my hip, this is it right here. I let it drop out. I have really, really weak glute on that right side, and back in. Other side, same thing. Find your upright posture, neutral position. Whoa, slow down. Hip straight, leg comes out, toes forward. Doesn't have to come up very high. It shouldn't come up very high. Don't lean to the side. Bring it back in, out. Leading with that heel, bring it out. Back in nice and slow and out. If you want, and you want to feel a little more work being done here, you can pulse that with that foot forward. A little bend in the knees, get the heel back a little bit, make sure you're in alignment with the body. So here's what usually happens is the leg goes forward and you don't feel it out here. Quadriceps doing all the work. Bring that heel back. Make the glutes lift off to the side. You'll feel it when you get to the right place. Out and in. Keep the core tight because every exercise is a core exercise. If you keep your core tight, up and back down, up and back. So with those exercises, you have to find it. As long as you know which muscles you're working for, you'll find it. All right, back to the other side we go. We're going to do a forward leg lift. Toe forward. So I like to switch off because stationary leg gets tired and back down. So give it a break. Stationary leg, little bend in the knee, your right straight up, foot out front, little bend in that knee too. And back down, working the hip flexor to lift that entire leg up. That little bend in the knee, you're going to feel it in the quadriceps as well. And back down, bring it up. Again, doesn't have to go up very high, just so you can feel these muscles in the front of the hip working. And back down, stationary leg, working those glutes, up. Bunzo steel, up, hold, and back down. Other side. Your hips should be tired by the time we get done with this first set. And then we got the whole second set to go. Stationary leg, little bend in the knee. Keep yourself right up, neutral position, little bend in the little curve in the lower part of the back. Bring that foot right straight up. Don't let it go off to the side. We're working the muscles on the inside and outside of the leg to hold that in alignment. And back down so that when you walk, those muscles are strong that keep that alignment. You don't have to think about it. It just happens automatically. Up. Automagically. And back down. Bring it up. Hold. Take your time. Back down nice and slow. Don't let the toe touch the floor if you can get away with it. Back up. Hold and back down. 3 more. I had 4 fingers up and I said 3. Up and back down. It's that going from the brain to the fingers wasn't working too well. Last one. Up, hold, and back down. We went forward. We went sideways. We're going back Going back in time. Gonna go back in time. All right, shoulder blades back, chest is out, a little bend in that knee, both knees actually. Lift. So you're not bending the knee, you're lifting the leg from the butt up and back down. Leg comes up, push it back a little bit so you can feel those glutes working. Lower half of the butt, very top of the thigh. Back down, bring it up. So we want to strengthen all those muscles around the hip so we have a stable hip so it doesn't wobble back and forth as we walk. But also, if you do fall, the stronger the muscles are, the more shock absorption you get from strong muscles, is what I'm trying to say. It protects it. Strong muscles protect it. Up and back down. Up. That's where you want buns of steel. And back down, other side. Remember those old videos, buns of steel, abs of steel? Other side, did we switch? Yeah, we did. Okay. A little bend in the stationary leg knee. Shoulder blades are back. Bring it up. Hold on to the chair. We're not doing balance here. We are doing strengthening of the lower body, but it is for balance. And back down. The stronger those hips are, the stronger those legs are, the more stable you're going to be because the more in alignment you're going to be. Back down, the stronger you'll be to catch yourself if you do trip. And back down. These are huge muscles we're working here. The quadriceps, the glutes, the hamstrings, up and back down. The stronger they are, the more effective you'll be at walking and falls prevention. And back down again. Oh, okay. Going to go back to that other leg with a heel raise, butt kicker, hamstring curl. It's all the same thing. We're not doing 3 different exercises. Heel up, stationary leg, little bend in the knee. Don't lock it out. Bring that heel up. This is for the hamstrings. This one's for the hamstrings. For all you hamstrings out there, bring it up. That is the muscle in the back of the thigh that lifts the lower leg. Up, squeeze. Keep the knees side by side. Don't let that knee come forward or back. They stay right next to each other. And down one more time. Up. Torso's in upright position. Use the chair to keep yourself straight. And back down to the other side. Other one. Other leg, same thing. Up. Right straight back. Don't let it go off to the side. That's another thing that happens is pick the leg up and it goes over there because it's easier. You want to lift it right straight up using those hamstrings. It's a lot harder when you focus on just those muscles. And back down, bring it up. A little bend in that stationary leg knee. Keep going. I'm just moving. Up. Hold it up there for a couple counts. Feel it working. The other thing you can do that really increases the intensity of this exercise is when you get to the top, give it one last squeeze, get it up just a little bit higher, and that back down. There's always that little bit you still have left if you give it one more contraction. And bring it down. 2 more. Up. Squeeze it. This is our warm-up, by the way. Last one. Up. Hold. And back. Down. Tired. Balls of the feet coming up. Heels up. Heels up. Weight is in the ball of the foot, not in the toes. Toes are for balance, but you want that ball of the foot all the way across, inside to outside. Back down nice and slow. Again, coming up, a little bend in the knees. You're rolling up, pushing right straight up through the ball of the foot, coming up, working those muscles in the back of the heel, up the back of the leg. Squeeze them. Back down nice and slow. Again, if you can get away with it, don't let the door hit you on the way out. No, don't let the heels touch the floor. I really have to work on my inner thighs to get those feet flat. And back down. 2 more. Bring it up. Nice and high. And back down. 1, 1, One more. One. Up. And back. Down. Toes up. This feels really good after doing the heel raises to bring the toes up. It's a nice stretch for the back of the lower leg as well as the heel. Get it up as high as you can. Again, don't push the butt out. It's not about how high can you get the toe. It's about just getting it up as high as you can. That's the key to all of these. You do the best you can with what you're able to do right now. And when you do that, back down, it'll get stronger. You'll get better. You'll get more flexibility. That toe will come up higher. You get a little more strength in the front of the shin muscles. And back down. A couple more up. Feel those muscles working. Muscles right on the outsides of the shin. Either side, right up. Both sides. Either or both. Up. Hold. And back down. Split squat. 1 foot forward. Ball of the foot to the heel, knees over the ankle. Back foot. You're on the ball of the foot. We're going down, right straight down. Hold on to the chair. To bring you back up again, you want to keep your torso right up and down. That's why you got the chair right there. You can push back because you're tempted to lean this way. Drive through the back of that chair so you can keep the shoulders back. Down, heel goes down. As you come up, you roll the hips forward. Knee still stays over the ankle. It doesn't go forward. And then use the muscles in the back of that back leg to lift. Going to feel the calf muscle lifting the heel. Hamstrings are going to lift up so that you get that knee up and back down again. So you're lengthening, you're raising up through that back leg. We're working all of the mobility and stability muscles. Up, strengthening up the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, all the muscles we need for alignment. And back down, other side. Step it back. Get your posture first. Feet are parallel. Knee over the ankle on that back leg. Knee over the ankle on the front leg. And bring it up. If this were a recorded class, that would get cut out. This is not a recorded class. You get it live. All the mistakes. Up. And back down. It's entertaining, I think, maybe. Roll the hip, bring it up, or frustrating. One of the two. Straight down. Roll the hip. Come underneath first. So you bring it in and then lift that heel up, squeezing the muscles through that back chain. Really feel them tighten up. Hold them there. How deep you get does not matter. What matters is how long you keep those muscles tensed up in the back of the leg as you bring that heel up nice and slow. And back down one more time. Take it down, roll the hip, and bring it back up. Heel toe, tandem stance. Got one foot in front of the other. On the balls of the foot to the heels, weight evenly distributed between front and back, knees with a little bend in them. Holding right there, just getting used to that. Take your hand off whatever you're balancing on, the chair or whatever. This one, you want to work the muscles to keep you right up over your base of support, right in the middle. And other side. If you cannot get the feet in alignment and stay upright, take that back foot and bring it out to the side just a little bit. So bring that toe up next to the heel of the other foot. You're still limiting your balance. It's not as much. Little by little, you work that other foot back and you get that balance of that tandem stance. This is important for getting narrow areas, theaters, churches, things like that, where there's seating is one after the other, one behind the other. Hand off. Find the balance. Hands right there in case you need it. This is a really hard one for a lot of people. If you don't have the strength in the ankles, makes it even harder. And we're good. Back to the other side. Hang on to the chair on this one. We're going to go forward. Leaning as far as you can, not putting weight in the toes. You're in the ball of the foot. And then back. Again, leaning back, bending that back leg. And up. You got the brain now, knows what to do. Now you can get the hand off the chair. Leaning forward. You won't be able to go as far as you did with the chair, but that's okay. You just want to come forward, feel the balance, feel that front leg working, and back. Telling the brain what to do, teaching it that if it does fall backwards, it has to bring itself back up to the middle. One more time. Oops, other side is what I meant. So again, hold on to the chair. We're doing a forward lean. And back, and I need the chair. Absolutely need it. This one's super hard. Over the front leg and back. Weight shift to that back leg as you go back into the middle. We're good. All right. Here's the hard one. Walking tandem. Don't let the heel touch the toe. When you bring that foot around, it goes right in front of it, but not quite touching. You got a little space between them so that you don't step on your own toe. Up and up. Hold on to something, especially to get started. Up. Leg comes around. Heel in front of the toe. Or again, heel next to the toe if you need it. If that's where your balance is at right now, then that's what you do. Put your arms out to the side like you're a Walenda. Tightrope walker. Da, 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 da. Forward. I'm going to go back one more time. One in front of the other. And I'm looking at my feet. Wrong. Look right straight out in front of you. That's where your balance comes from. Step. Step. When you focus on a point, single point, as you're trying to hold your balance, it makes it so much easier. It's one of those things. Try closing your eyes and balancing on one leg. It's hard. Grab a drink of water. I consider it impossible, but there are people who can do it. I'm not one of those people. You can get rid of the chair. You're not going to need it. Dynamic. This is a dynamic class. We're going to do dynamic balance. Starting out. Neutral position, shoulders back. We're just going to bring one leg up at a time. High knee, nice and slow. Bounce on the single leg and down. I said you don't need your chair. I don't know that. You may need your chair. That's fine if you do. As long as you're safe, that's the important piece. But we are trying to balance here as we do this. So if you're holding on to something, get in the position and see if you can take your hand off the chair. Just hover. Fingertips or hover as limited as possible. Make the body do the work, the core, ankles, hips, legs, knees, and toes, knees and toes. And back down, up, and back down. Add a squat to that, will ya? Going down, butt back. Squat down as you come up. Leg comes up with you. And back down. Here's what you really want to concentrate on. Not how deep you can go into the squat. It's as you're coming up. As the torso's coming up, you want to start bringing that foot up at the same time. So the upper and lower body are working together. You want that smooth movement. Again, it's a falls prevention thing to be able to move the upper and lower body together. So you're not just throwing the upper body to the side. Lower body's going with it. Maintaining that stability underneath you, giving you a base wherever you are. Down. You may only be on one leg, but your torso is right over the top of that stationary leg. Down to the side and up with the knee and back down. Bring it up. All right. Next, we did the side leg raise. You don't have to bring it up as high as we did when we were holding the chair. Just bring it up a little bit. and back in. If you need to, tap the toe, bring the toe up off the floor so it's right there as if you need it, and back in, out, and back in, upper and lower body together. Bring the arm out first to the side, then bring the leg out, leg back in, arm back down, other side, arm up, throwing weight to that side and then bringing the leg up at the same time. So you've got all sorts of weight out to the side. Lever length is taking you out to the side, but you have to stay right over the stationary leg, working the core, working the hips. And if you can, arm and leg at the same time, toe forward and back down. Little bend in that stationary leg knee. Again, notice arm and leg come up together. Whoa, overcompensated. And back down. That's where you want the strength in the ankle. So if you do start falling to the outside, you bring yourself right back in again. You got to get that foot flat on the floor. That's the most important part of this. It's your base. Everything works off of your base. If that foot is askew, then everything else is going to be askew. And one more time on the side, up and back down. Remember these? Split squats. Down, up, heel goes down. All right. What we want to try to do is do that. See if you can get that back leg up off the floor just a little bit and then back down. But don't go fast. Don't just pop off the back foot. Up, hold, and back down. Again, it's not about how high can you get, how low can you go. It's about being able to push through that front leg, lift the back leg off the floor, and back down. Again, if you get pushed from the behind or you trip forward, you need to be able to bring it back again. So down and up. It's not how high that leg comes up. It's being able to balance on a single leg, stop the forward momentum, and bring it back to two legs. Up. Hold on to a chair. Again, if you need to, touch a chair and then bring the hand off as much as you need and back down. What you'll find in time, other side, is that you'll need it less and less. And that's what you're looking for. So if you're using the chair now, don't lean into it. Try to do it as much as you can with the torso, but have the hand there so you're safe. And back down, up. Foot flat on the floor and back down. Push up through. And back down. A couple more times. Find the balance. And down. Last one. Up. And back down. Ooh. All right. Plie squat. Feet out. Toes outer to 45 in a V. This one is just butt back, sitting down. Chest is out. And back up again. Out. Butt back. And up. I'm going to come up on the balls of the feet as you come up. Whoa. Pushing myself right over. Let's try that again. That's what you want. You want those misses. You want that wobbling so that you can find the right place to be. Here again, super important that you keep the knees over the ankles. Foot goes back. You want that balance. Torso over your stability, over your legs. Base of support. Down. And up. Bringing the heels up. If you cannot come up and bring the heels up, do one at a time. Down. Still working those calf muscles. Feet are up. Let's right straight back. Knees over the ankles. Roll the hips. Push up. You want to roll the hips underneath. So every time you're coming up, you're coming right straight up, hips underneath the torso. You're not using the back to bring you up. It's roll the hips, push up, and back down again. Right here. Hands behind the head. Feet about shoulder width apart. Nice, easy move. Around to the side, hips stay forward. And back. Don't overdo this one. Keep the chin up. You're looking right straight out in front of you. You got the shoulder blades back. You want the elbows out as far as you can get them. Stretching out the chest, coming around to the side. turning the torso. You want to feel the muscles working through the core. Those obliques are involved in the rotation around. You know how many splices there would be in this edited version? And back to center. Don't let the hips turn. You want just the upper body. Really concentrate on that. Chin up. Don't push the chin down to the chest. Other side. Elbows around. Head around. And back to center. So rotation we're going to do. Feet shoulder width apart. Down in a squat. Roll up as you're coming up. Upper lower body work together. Rotation through the torso as you push right straight up through the hips, through the legs. Lower body's right straight up. Only the upper body shoulder girdle does the rotation. Back down. I'm not going down very far. It's really hard to maintain those hips straight as you make that rotation. We're really strengthening up the muscles in the hips and the outside of the core and around. And those obliques on the outside of the core do not get worked enough. Nowhere near. We stop rotating as we get older. We start just taking our whole body and looking, turning the legs, turning everything to the side instead of having that rotation so we can look behind us as we're pointed forward, keeping our stability of that alignment all forward and back down, arms down. Tired. Okay. I can slow it down here. Step to side, out and out. That's it. Little by little, you start picking that leg up a little higher, balancing on that single leg. Up, push off, and in, out, and in. Arms involved. As you lift that leg, going into star pattern right here, starfish, and back down. Not a full all the way up over the head. Pick the leg up. You got this X going right here, up and in. Had a problem there. That was good. Up. It's being able to correct. You're never going to be in a situation where you never fall, where you never have losing your balance. The really important thing is when you lose your balance to be able to get it back. And that's what we're practicing. Up. So the amount of bobbling you do, it's good. It's teaching the brain how to fix getting out of balance. In and back down. If you want to make it a little harder, you can do the step out as the arms come up, go up on the balls of the feet, and then come back down again. So out, arms up, push yourself up on the balls of the feet. That's a lot harder. That is a lot harder. Out, up, and back. I taught my brain what to do there. Up, toes forward, and in. All right. That was a little much. I'm sorry. Next one, just lunges. Just lunges. Take a break first. Well, let's do this, and we'll take a break. And back. Pendulum lunge. Out front. Off the heel. Step back. Step forward. And step back. Up. And back to the other side we go. Stationary leg doing all the work as you lift that back leg up and step forward. Pick it up and go back. This is walking. This is walking. Heel up, lift the leg, take it forward, step on the heel first, going down to the ball of the foot. Back foot comes up on the ball of the foot. Up and back. Back is hard. I'm having problems with that. Forward's not so bad. It's pushing up. There we go. And back. Last one. Take it up. And you're there. We're going to go to this a back, up, back. Alternating. Ball of the foot. Get some speed into it. Step, 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 step. Reverse. Momentum going backwards and forward. Step back. Shift the weight. Back. And back. Like that. Let's do it forward. Figure that out. Up, up. Take the weight, bring it up, push it back, out and back, out and back. Again, you're getting that feeling of momentum is driving you forward. You stop, you push it back, you come back to the middle. You're over two legs that are right next to each other. 2 feet, lots of balance right here. Out and back, out, push back, out. Last one. We're good. Sit around down for a little bit. Let's take a break. There's a whole lot of those left. There's a lot of fun things we can do with the dynamic balance. I really like dynamic balance. I really do. It probably helps more than anything. And with all the sports I've been in my life, that dynamic balance is so important because my momentum is taking me beyond where I need to go. And then I have to bring it back again. And that's crucial. Tennis is a really good example of that. Basketball is another one for the sports I played. Those where I really notice it, where you're moving quickly, side to side, front to back, and you need to be able to adjust quickly. All right, feet apart. Feet apart. Toes out. You're right on the edge of the seat. You got your shoulder blades back. We're going to do a sit to stand, but we're going to do it from a plie position. So the toes are out, knees are over the ankles. Roll forward, hip hinge forward, and push up. You may find that easier than just a sit to stand. And back down again, butt goes right straight out and down. You have a lot more support. The feet are wider apart. You've got that V. You can push through the legs, push through the heels a lot easier. So you come forward first, giving yourself that momentum, out, driving the hips, pushing right straight up underneath. Sitting back, and maybe legs together to sit back down is easier for you. Find what's best for you. Pushing off the thighs as you get up. Because if you're in a chair that doesn't have arms on it, you have to get up on your own. You have to have it, all the muscles doing the work, not the arms pushing down in the chairs. So if you need something, you use the legs. Practice that. Out and up. If the toes are going out, though, make sure the knees are as well. And that's the key to that. Back down. Knees are a little bit over the ankles. We're leaning forward into that hip hinge, pushing up through to the top and back down again, nice and soft. All right. Fingers intertwined, lift up that left leg or right leg or one of them, whatever you got two, grab one. Extend at the knee, out and back in. Key components of this. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. As you lift that leg up, makes it even easier to roll those shoulder blades back, keeps the knee out, and extend at the knee, relax the toe, and back in. What you're working here are the quadriceps, front of the thighs up. Hold it. Really important right here. Hold and back down. What I say all the time is bouncing. Nothing is accomplished. Bring it up. If you hold that leg right there, you're going to feel those muscles engage in the front of the thigh. And back down. Up. Control the movements. Always control the muscles. You tell them what to do. And back in. Out. They don't get to do whatever they want. Last thing I want to point out about this, knee toe in alignment, right straight out. And right straight back in again. So you're looking down, hip, knee, toe, right straight out. This one out to the side, knee comes back, all sorts of crazy things happen. Other side, again, it's that alignment. It's the most important thing you can do to keep your body strong for the longest time. You're not putting stress on those joints. Shoulder blades are back. The body is set up to stack on top of itself. Every joint distributes the weight through the entire body, through each one of the joints, stacked on top of each other. That's how you protect them. Up If the knee goes out to the side, you've got one side that's pinching, you've got one side that's stretching. You don't want that for both reasons. The stretchy side gets super weak. And back down. And then you start walking like that all the time. You want to keep this form. And the only way you get it if you've lost it is to strengthen the muscles up in the direction you want them to be. And back down. Bring it up. Hold. And back down. One more time. Right there. All right. Go to the other leg. The leg you to try to do is see if you can get that leg up without holding on to the back of the thigh. Shoulder blades are back. This is a lot harder. Lift the leg up. Doesn't have to come up very high. Shoulder blades are back. Extend. Bring it in and down. Working the hip flexor heavily here. Instead of using the hands underneath to lift it, using the muscles that are supposed to do that, right here in the front of the hips. Those are our hip flexors, which lift our leg when we walk or when we climb stairs. Back in and down. Again, it doesn't have to come up very high. You want to get it up as high as you can. I mean, as high as you're able to get it and still do that extension. You're going to feel it a lot more. But if that is here for you, that's perfect. If that is here for you, great. Wherever it is, challenge yourself. Make those muscles do just a little more than they're used to doing. Up, out, in, and back down. Other side. Good balance class today. It wasn't all balance, but it was strengthening up the muscles as we did balance, but we're also strengthening up the muscles that control that balance. And back down, make sure that alignment is still there. Don't let the knee come out to the side. This is what usually happens, is the knee out and then lift up or whatever. You want to keep that knee straight, coming right up towards the chest, right up towards that shoulder, and out, in, and down. The alignment should be ears over shoulders, over hips, over knees, over ankles. Every joint stacks. And back down, bring it up, out, in. Take a break here, hold it. Now, watch your shoulders. Mine were starting to go down. Roll the shoulders back. Start here every time. Make sure you get set up with your neutral position first. Out. Hold it for a while. Feel these muscles working. They're like, no, you're going to work. You don't get off that easy. And back down. Shoulder blades back. Chest out. Little curve in the lower part of the back. Bring it out. If you go down with the shoulders down, you get the leg up higher. You're not accomplishing anything again. In and down. The small movements with your rest of your body in the neutral position is where you should be. That's the muscles you want to strengthen up. That's the form you want to accentuate. Up, in, and down. All right. All right. We've had it. Feet out. Hands on the thighs. Rolling down between. Stretching out the back. Get down as deep as you can. Keep the knees out over the ankles. Deep breath in. Exhale, dropping down just a little bit more. Push up through the hands. And you're right there. Bring the feet in. Toes pointed forward. You're going to go down in a curve. Swan dive. Right straight down. Keep the chin up. This is hands down towards the floor. Shoulders roll down. Stretches all the way through the back. Feet are flat on the floor. Knees are right over the ankles. Hands on the thighs. And bring yourself back up again. Rotation. Hand on the outside of the thigh. Take that back hand. Back of the chair. Roll the shoulder blades back. Pull that lead shoulder. So important. Shoulder blades are back. Chin up. When I first started doing these, I always had my chin down. And that would go right to my back. And I didn't realize it took me a while of watching videos to get that up and around, keeping the chin up. And then I was doing what I was supposed to do. Then I was working that middle of the back and down. You also feel the front of the shoulder when you hold on to the chair behind you. All right, other side, same thing. Shoulder blades are back, chest out, chin up. Knees stay straight. I always like to do a second check here, get my shoulders back one more time. Front of you pushing against that thigh just enough to keep the shoulders straight. And back in again. Fingers intertwined, palms to the ceiling. Stretching out the fingers, getting so important, so important. So we don't have as they get tighter and tighter and tighter, and we lose that ability to extend the fingers out. Display the fingers up, shoulder blades are back, and down in the side. Sits bones flat on the seat. Use that top hand, pull you back up, other side. Again, you can lean farther down, absolutely, if you lean off to the side of the chair, but that's not doing any good. We want this stretch through the shoulder blade, which means the hands have to be right over the top of the head, arm in alignment with the ear, and back up on top. And bring the arms down. Shake that out, grab the chair, the back of the chair, roll the shoulder blades back, come out to the edge. Deep breath in through the nose, push the stomach out, and hands forward, rolling the shoulders towards the floor. Chin stays up. Back around. One more time, deep breath in through the nose. Stomach out, arms forward, shoulders forward, roll it all out. Feel the stretch through the upper back. And release, relax. Feet apart, fingers intertwined, the hard one, right straight down. Shoulders back, looking right straight out in front of you. Feel the stretch through the top of the neck, down the trapezoids to the top of the shoulders, as well as the fingers, forearms, wrists. Feel it in the chest even. And relax that one. That's a little harder, but once you can get that stretch in there and you can keep it, getting it is the hardest part. Once you get it, you want to keep it, and that's a lot easier. Shake that out. Excuse me. Hands underneath the thighs. Lay on top, force all the air out of the lungs, and then inhale as you come up through the nose. Stomach out, exhale, coming right straight down, hip hinge down on top of the thighs, roll the shoulders down, grab onto the wrists underneath the legs, and deep breath in through the nose as you come up. Stomach out, and exhale as you bring the arms down, nice and slow, roll the shoulders, little dizzy there, got a lot of air into the lungs. And shake that out. A lot of oxygen in the bloodstream. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. We will be back on Wednesday doing some fun stuff. See you then.